I'm Richard Randall, and welcome back to the Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or to sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and barbhasthebuyers.com. Barb, a lot of people look at those automated valuations that you see on Zillow or their neighbor's asking price to determine what they think their home is worth, especially now that it is taking longer to sell a home. How does a home seller decide what price to set when they get around to selling their home?
Well, the one thing that surprises me is some home sellers don't think it's them that's making that decision. They're like, my agent said I should price here. And that's not the case. I mean, they have to make that decision, because here's the thing. We know that if you price a home correctly, it could mean the difference of you getting top dollar or your home sitting on the market for a long time and then slowly walking the price down. And at the end, you'll actually net less money. Nobody wants that situation. And I meet with a lot of sellers, and almost all of them want more, right? They all want the most money when they sell their home. That's pretty much a 99 percentile. Very few people will answer that question when I ask them what's most important to them. They'll say, who buys my home, or how quickly you sell my home. Usually it's price is number one. So that means that we have to do everything we can to get top dollar, but actually pricing your home too high works in the opposite direction. What happens is people see other homes that represent better buys out there. They don't even schedule it to go see. They go find another home, and you end up with very few showings, no offers. If you price it too low, there are going to be some buyers that might make an offer at that number. My experience has been, if you price it just a little on the low side, it's enough to get offers and get the home sold for the most money. So if you are planning on making a move, whether it happens sooner or later in the year, if you'd like to get one of our free reports, entitled The Top 7 Tips to Get Your Home Ready for Sale, you can go to barbhasthebuyers.com, click on the green button that says free reports, and download that. If you're thinking of moving quickly, like in the next 2 to 6 months, we offer a free in-home consultation on what to do, what not to do to get your house ready for sale, how much we think your home will sell for, at least in a range, and then how much you'll put in your pocket when it sells. And if you're interested in that service, you can give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com and click on sell my home. So a lot of people will try to get the most money when they sell their home, but some people actually will push it too high to see how high of a price they can get. And during the boom, it was surprising to me that some people actually did get more than I thought they would get, which was great. But at the end of the day, it's the market that decides what the house is actually going to sell for. And it's based on what's available, what the buyers can get in their price range, and what attracts all the buyers to the home. That's key. That means the agent has to do that right. But if you price a home too high, it actually could mean you'll net less money. So you don't want to do that, or at least not for very long. It's okay to test it for a little while, but the market's going to tell you right away. And sometimes the buyers, pricing is a part of the whole marketing process. So they're looking at not just your home, but they're looking at everything else out there. We were just recently looking online for homes in another state. We're thinking about getting a Florida getaway that's close to my sister-in-law. And there's one right behind her that came on the market that is like directly behind her house. We could walk to it. It'd be really fun. However, it's priced way too high. They bought it last year for $600,000. They put it right back on the market for like $850,000, and it's sitting there on the market, and they're slowly walking the price down. Now they're at $715,000. It's still too high. You can get a brand new home that's nicer than that with a pool. This one doesn't have a pool, for less money. So they're still too high. So we're just waiting and seeing what's happening. Maybe somebody will grab it. I don't know. But the buyers are making a decision based on a go, no go on price, right? Because of where it was, we were kind of interested in it. But because it's priced too high, we're not that interested. We're not willing to make a trip to Florida to verify. So all these decisions are taking place online. They're looking at everything online. They're looking at the competition and what's available in that neighborhood and what can I get in my price range if they want to live in that. And then once you go on the market, the showing activity absolutely is going to tell you if you're on target for pricing. If you're getting absolutely no showings, your price is way too high. If you're getting a few showings, like onesies, twosies a week, you're probably too high. If you're getting lots of showings and no offers, you're just a little bit too high. And if you're getting offers, you're right there, stay there. It's just a matter of time that the right buyer comes along and gives you the offer that you want. And here's the chart, according to the National Association of Realtors, that if the home is not priced right in the first 10 days that it's on the market, and then you slowly walk the price down, the national statistics are that you'll actually net less money when it sells. So if you're thinking of making a move in the next 2 to 6 months and you'd like a free in-home consultation on what to do, what not to do to get your house ready for sale, we also have a general price range. If you just want a general price range, we can do that as well. But if you want an in-home consultation, and plus we'll give you tips on how to prepare your home for sale, what your home will sell for, and how much you'll put in your pocket when it sells, go to barbhasthebuyers.com and click on that button, Sell My Home. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold, Guaranteed Realty. And you can listen to replays of the show anytime on all of the major podcast platforms, plus Barb's YouTube channel. That's Barb Schlinker, SCHLINKER. And if you're thinking of making a move, call Barb at 719-301-3900. Now, Barb, what are some other magic bullets on pricing your home to get the very top dollar?
Well, a lot of people tell us that they saw their online automated valuation. So they'll say something like, well, Zillow said my house is worth X, right? And they believe it. But the problem is those automated valuations are based on some sort of computer calculation, based on maybe some similar homes that sold around you, but not necessarily the same type of home. So they could be averaging the price per square foot around you. We don't really know what goes into the math behind it. But the truth is, when an appraiser comes in and gives you a value on your home, what they do is a little bit different. They have to compare apples to apples. You can't compare a 2-story to a ranch style home. You can't compare a ranch with an unfinished basement to a ranch with a finished basement. They're just too different. They're apples and oranges. So they actually find similar homes and come up with what they think would be a market value. At the end of the day, though, the buyers in the marketplace decide what the home will sell for based on the amount of demand that's generated for the home, based on the imagery and all kinds of things like that. Let me tell you a story, Richard. I have an agent on my team, and she made an offer with a buyer who was up against competition. They had competing offers on this one home. And so they did not win the bid, but there was another home nearby that was very much the same, but the pictures were awful. The curb appeal in particular, it was just really bad imagery. And she really had to twist the arm of the buyer to get them to just go look at it. And when they got there and they looked inside, that home was way nicer than the one that they actually bid on. So the agent's marketing caused that home, the one that she drug them into, to sit on the market. And the buyers turn their nose up at it based on just the imagery. So there's a lot of factors that go into selling a home. Pricing is absolutely key, though. It's probably one of the more important things. And these automated valuations may or may not be accurate. In fact, if you go and you look up your address on realtor.com, especially if it's not on the market, it will show 3 different automated valuations. So both realtor.com and Zillow have these automated valuations, and they have all the addresses in the country up on their website, right? So you can go up on your on realtor.com, put your address in, and if you'll scroll down a little bit, it's going to give you 3 different opinions of your home's value. And the thing that's interesting to me is the range of those 3 different opinions could be anywhere from $40,000 to $100,000 difference in price. Those are automated valuation companies. But I recently had a home that I sold in which those 3 automated valuations said the home was worth between $390,000 and $410,000, but it actually sold for $355,000, and the house is in great shape. Whoops, these automated valuations actually missed it by over $35,000. So if you price your home, especially in that price range, $35,000 too high, it would mean your home would sit on the market and it would sit there, and buyers wouldn't make an offer. So pricing your home just right is really, really important. Right now, the average days on market is about 42 days in this area. Now, that's still a seller's market. A buyer's market would be an average days on market to be more like 90 to 120 days. That's more of a buyer's market. So we are in still a favor on the seller's market. Our average is about 20 days. So less than half the time it takes us to sell most of our homes because on average, because we know how to create demand for homes. So if you are thinking of making a move, especially in the next 2 to 6 months, and you'd like one of those free in-home consultations on what to do, what not to do to get your house ready for sale, we'll go over what we think your home will sell for, how much you'll put in your pocket when it sells, so you can have a really good idea on making a good decision about who's going to handle one of your largest assets. Go to barbhasthebuyers.com, click on the button, Sell My Home. I would love, or my team would love to come out and help you. Or you can call us at 719-301-3900. Richard?
You're listening to The Real Estate Voice. That's Barb Schlinker, The Real Estate Voice Show. And if you're thinking of selling your home, you want to get the very most amount of money because it is probably the largest valued item you have in your life. Give Barb a call, 719-301-3900, or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. That's barbhasthebuyers.com. A short break. When we come back, top tips to sell luxury $1 million homes, plus Barb's hot new listings.